I blog about it. I have a Gerd blog.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the Gerd? I've read that. That's you?
It's called Gerd Up.
Gerd. Mine's Gerd to your mother, and it's about older women with Gerd. Hey, Sean.
Yes, Ray.
You didn't drink last night, did you?
No, I didn't.
I could tell.
You can tell the difference.
Yeah, I can. I
I also had a lot of coffee.
I could tell that you didn't drink that last night.
Why? How do you know?
Because you're like a little more chipper. Like the way that you,
I had a lot of coffee.
The way that you answered the door, you were like postured up today when I came over.
Yeah.
You got a little pep in your step.
Yeah, I just shouldn't drink. I'm a way happier person when I don't drink. Like also, the other night I drank. I had tequila, and I was like, by the time I went home, I was like, I'm fine. Like my mood was better. It's like whiskey is like
It's the brown
brown
liquor.
the brown that puts you down. That's my new thing I just came up with.
You just made that up?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that in mixed company.
It sounds racial.
Yeah, it definitely does. Anything sounds racial nowadays. We're living in a very racial society. My arms are killing me.
Well, that's what happens when you masturbate too much.
No, I just flew in here from Detroit. No, I've been training.
You just killed my chipperness that you mentioned a couple seconds ago. There you go. That was like 4 shots of whiskey and a mood killer.
It was like 4 shots of whiskey yesterday.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
I'm in pain.
That's a hangover line right there.
But I can't completely bend my arm right now because I've been training.
And what are you training for exactly? You told me this the other night, but what are you training for exactly?
QB1. I'm the starting quarterback for a football team.
Well, that's a complete falsehood.
A flag football team with other comedians.
Oh, okay. You have to put the word flag in there.
Training started Monday.
It's not training. It's just you pretending to train for flag football.
It's not. I went to the gym. I did some chest and arm
How much of your
exercises.
team was there? Is there a locker room? Is there a strategic coach on the offense and the defense? Is there a head coach?
That's the type of player that I am. Team trainings don't even start until October 2nd when the season starts. Me, I'm getting a head start because I want to be in prime condition. But here's the problem.
By team trainings, do you just mean guys going and playing the games and comics who just like show up? And
like stretching before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you should always do.
Does that even happen for real? Like, all joking aside, at those games in the past, do comics show up and actually stretch, or does everybody forget?
Well, do you know what happens when I don't stretch?
I
pull my hamstring.
Right.
Every time.
Is that for real?
Yeah, it's for real.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy. But here's the problem is training was supposed to start Monday for me. I went to the gym Monday, got a great workout in. And then what did I do Monday night? You saw me. I got hammered drunk and watched the Steeler game.
I got loaded with you.
Then
that was the night with tequila. Yeah.
Then I went home and I ordered Papa John's.
Dangerous route.
Why?
Well, whenever I hear Papa John's, even though I know it's good, dude, I had an experience with Papa John's that was like it's unforgivable. But like when I first moved into Williamsburg with my buddies, this is like almost 17 years ago. It's like so long ago. And one night nothing was open, and we're like, "Oh, we'll get Papa John's." And it showed up, and it wasn't even a pizza. Like you know how you can go and you can get Domino's, and you're like, "Oh, it's kind of pizza, and it's a little bit spicy, but it's still like edible." We opened the box, and I was like, "Somebody just murdered a cat and put it in the middle of this." It was like it didn't have any semblance of a shape of a pizza, the coloring of a pizza. It was the grossest looking thing I've ever seen.
Ah, gross.
And ever since that, I've always been like, I'm not getting Papa John's, but I've gotten it since then. It's been fine, but I think it was just like a midnight Bushwick, Brooklyn Papa John's, and they were like, "Let's just shit in the box and send it over." To those guys.
You didn't eat it, did you?
No, we chucked it.
Yeah, I would. Ugh.
It was disgusting, dude. So yeah, but it's always good to get late night. It saves you a lot of hangoverness.
It does save you a lot of hangovers, but it gives you the agita. And I am prone to heartburn. I am struggling. I guess I'll say it on the podcast again. I am struggling with GERD every day. It's something that I live with, but it's something that is not going to kill me because I won't let it. I'm going to keep fighting, and I'm going to keep trucking forward. And this gastroesophageal reflux disease doesn't own me, and it doesn't define me.
Do you think we should do this? We should have a telethon for Gerd from the podcast? Because we both have it. I have
know.
it. Yeah.
No, I know you've been dealing with it for a while.
I have.
That's why I don't joke around about it on the podcast.
No, it's become part of me. It's become part of my journey. It's become a part of my struggle, and I blog about it. I have a Gerd blog.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the Gerd? I've read that. That's you?
It's called Gerd Up.
Gerd. Mine's Gerd to your mother, and it's about older women with Gerd. It's all like helping them survive and live. And
mine, I have another one. It's called Gerd Play, and it's just it's a crossword puzzle with all words that are related to Gerd. So it's just acid and tomato sauce and chocolate and coffee. It's a very short puzzle, but it's called Gerd Play.
Mine's called Girder in the Third Degree, and it's about people that have lost their lives to GERD. It's a third degree because it wasn't premeditated. It was an accident. They couldn't stay away from hot wings, and they didn't have health insurance to get omeprazole.
Girder in the third. I like Girder in the third degree. It's a good one. It's like the only Gerd true crime podcast there is.
I don't know if anybody's ever died from GERD. They probably have.
No, they have. No. Here's the thing, man. Like seriously, you're fucking around. It can lead to tons of other shit.
Well, I got to stop abusing it then.
Stop. Well, everybody plays everybody plays that game with GERD where you're like, I'm good. Like I've done it. What's helped me is like the not eating past a certain point has changed my life. I would get up, dude. I told you. I think we talked about it last time we talked about GERD.
Well,
I got up and I couldn't breathe one night.
I remember you in my car that one time.
And what did I do?
You were like keeled over in my car. We were driving back from a gig the next morning.
Well, that was hungover.
No, dude, it was your GERD, man.
Oh, is that what it was?
Because you were just going like.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. I think I remember that.
You were
GERD.
You were having an attack.
I was a real Gerdy bird.
Yeah,
on that one.
Yeah, a Gerdy bird. Oh, I like that.
Not a dirty bird, a Gerdy bird, but it's a for real thing, and we just want to bring awareness to it.
And nobody is.
Nobody
That's
is.
the problem.
It's
It's all fucking AIDS. Everybody wants to talk about AIDS and STDs and stuff like that. But this is something.
I'd like to have a song. It's not "We Are the World." It's "We Are the GERD."
We are the GERD.
We are the GERD.
I want to do "GERD Bless America."
GERD bless America, land
that I love. Eat marinara without a scare or a flare up.
Yeah, well, I wish you the best. I think running around with your footballs will really help you out there.
It should help, dude. But my girlfriend's Italian.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Which is it's a
recipe.
recipe
I wonder if
for.
she could be held responsible for your murder when you die of GERD.
Oh wow,
that's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Hey, did I do it to myself, or is it my Italian girlfriend who makes great sauce?
What are you hungry for tonight, Ray? Sauce?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess.
I have no other choice. It's on you. It's out of your hands.
It could also be that my favorite food is hot wings, and I drink like the fucking world's ending every time I drink.
Yeah.
I was deep throating White Claws the other night.
I had tequila, and then I came met you
sucking
guys,
them
and I
down.
had White Claws, and I felt not as bad the next day
Really?
because I didn't have pizza. If I would have ate pizza or ate a burger or something, I would have been like screwed.
The pizza made me feel bad from a GERD standpoint, but not from it made the hangover better.
Yeah.
So it's really you know what they say?
It's a trade-off.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because I was going to transition, but if you have more.
No, I'm done with GERD.
Not done with it though, because it's something that still needs to be talked about.
It's the end. It's the end of the GERD for the podcast.
Oh, okay. Unless I have a flare up
during the
show. You know how you're a big road rage guy, even when you're not driving.
I'm trying.
I could see you getting angry even when you're not in a car, just when you see something that you don't like. You're like a real vigilante.
I am.
A vehicle vigilante.
But you know what's so crazy is that this is better than what I was 20 years ago. Like,
really?
I'm way more mellow than I was.
How are you driving, actually? Are you
I've gotten way better driving.
But is it worse? Like, because I know you freak out in my car sometimes when somebody pulls a bullshit move.
But it has to be egregious. It has to be really, really bad.
It's New York City, and usually me and you are driving through Jersey or like places near Jersey, so it is egregious. It's always egregious.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Well, so I experienced something pretty fucking crazy the other night coming home from a gig. It was I was coming back from this gig I did in New Jersey at a American Legion, because fucking
Killing it.
doing all the big rooms.
Yeah,
and there's like this Fast and the Furious car. I got to come over like 2 lanes, right? So I go over the first lane. I'm getting ready to come out the second one, but I see it barreling down. So I kind of do the almost and then stay back in my lane. And this dude comes up and like cuts me off as like tightly as possible, like on purpose, like that. And then like,
have we learned nothing from Paul Walker?
I didn't even think about that.
Exactly. Has his message not
Well, listen.
resonated? Sorry,
it
go
gets
ahead.
worse.
Sorry.
And now you got me thinking about Paul and everything he did for us, and now everything that we don't have because of irresponsible driving. But I get into the lane, and the lane I'm in is going to be the one I'm going to eventually exit in. But I like keep driving, and this dude's like keeps stopping and waiting for me to get closer and swerving like in front of me. Like to almost like try to crash into me, or like the fake crash into me. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
What's your deal?
You know? So like I get to a point now where we're like, he's right at the point where the exit is, and he's staying there. He could move, like he could just keep driving and going his way, but he's staying there to fucking try to keep me from getting off the exit. Like he's gonna try to like swerve into me. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you bang his mom or something?
I think he's just a fucking psychopath. And I pull up. Like I finally like started like zooming past, and I look over to, you know, you always look over to get a look at the person. He wasn't even looking at me. He was just looking straight ahead. It was fucking creepy, dude. It was like a psychopath.
But you knew he was doing it so you couldn't get off.
100%. Like there was no way. Like it happened 3 times, and then he would like get up and he'd stop, and like every time he'd see me coming, he'd try to like swerve in, and like I'd brake, and then like try to.
But the original cutoff, he made every wrong.
The original cutoff wasn't like, it was me like almost like he thought maybe I could be coming to that lane, but I saw him. I'm a safe driver.
Yeah. You're a really good driver.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I had this thing where I wanted to like I started having that jerk store moment after, you know, like where I'm like driving home. I'm like thinking at first, I'm like, I should have just fucking let him bash me and turned it into insurance and got money, or I should have fucking let him bash me and, you know, hit him with something from my back seat, you know, or I should have like what I should have done. And this is the lamest thing ever. And I just don't even think like this. And I was thinking of it after. I should have he kept stomping in front of me. I should have just fucking wrote down his license plate.
Yeah. And then what? What do you do at that point? You report him to who?
I mean,
the cops? They're not really going to go find him and be like,
no,
you
but
were driving around. They're like, they don't do anything.
I should have killed him.
This is your revenge fantasy.
It really is. But like, again, here's the thing I don't know. If that guy's fucking crazy enough to risk his, because that's the real reason why I was like playing it so goddamn safe and keeping my distance, is because I'm poor.
Yeah, you're like, I'm trying to protect my belongings.
I'm poor. I'm trying to protect my car, and even if I have to get my car fixed, I have places I have to drive soon to make money.
Also, you can make the argument that even if you did let him hit you, that's another. I think that's also why you didn't do anything, because you're like, you might have had in the back of your head, he hits you, he takes off. There's no way. That's a hit and run type of personality.
In his fluorescent, like Fast and the Furious car.
Like green? Was it
no,
orange?
it was like pinkish purple.
Ugh,
like,
loser.
Like it was like a fucking souped up Jetta.
You know what it would have done? The trick, my fantasy situation. Dozen eggs in the back seat.
What?
Dozen eggs in the back seat.
Oh.
You know about that? I told you about that.
You told
that's
me.
My road rage dream is, if I had a car, would be to have a. You keep them cold. You don't have to smell. Keep them cold, and you have a thing of eggs every time you go on a trip, and then something like that happens. Boom, egg.
It's funny that you
get it on
mention
the car. It takes the paint off the car. That would be the perfect Gandhi-esque non-violent retribution.
That's a great idea. It's funny that you mention it, but here was also my other thought process. Is I looked into because I usually have like some type of drink in my console. I was like looking to see if I had like a Chick-fil-A cup that had like water or something in it or some like pop in it.
Yeah.
And to whip it out the window at him when I was coming past. But then I thought, this guy's just going to fucking zoom up and follow me.
Yeah, you never. If you saw the staring straight ahead thing, he's probably half psychotic. I don't even know what the point of that is. If he cut you off, it's weird when like it's one thing if they're zooming through and then everybody's like this guy, this jerk, but it's another thing if it's like he's like getting mad at you for like reacting to his shittiness.
Yeah,
like that's he just decided you did something he didn't like, and then like he was just psychotic with driving. Like he'll be dead.
He was hard to see too. Because he had tinted windows, like because it was one of those like souped up like cars. So like I saw like a silhouette, and, like I could barely see the person. So I know you were gonna ask. I couldn't tell you what race he was. I couldn't, and I know you want to know.
I'll tell you right now, he's white.
Huh?
He's definitely white. That's a white person thing.
But the guy.
So was Tokyo Drift.
Dude, he was drifting. I mean, he was. Here's the thing. I say I'm a good driver. He's a good stunt driver. This guy.
Right.
Like he was good.
Leave it for the movie set, bro.
That's true.
Not where there's women and children and safe drivers.
He was probably driving to Silver Cup.
Was it in New York? It was New York?
Yeah. Oh, it was right like to get off the exit 17 where I would go towards the RFK.
You know what I would have said it was?
What?
Italian.
Really?
These Italians love doing this shit.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. These Guidos. I grew up with it. They overcompensate for whatever, I don't know what. The plastic on their couches. Living at their mom's house till they're 35 years old.
What is your... I was just at San Gennaro last night.
Can you say it again?
The Feast of the San Gennaro.
Wait, what? How are you saying it?
San Gennaro Festival.
You're not even... That's not even... You're just doing an accent... But I don't even know if that's how you say it.
What are you talking about?
Sanjana. Don't they call it Sanjana?
No, you're being offensive. And I tell you, I got some good mozzarella there. You get good like homemade. I'm talking homemade fucking mozzarella.
Stop it immediately.
What?
Stop doing that. Or I'm gonna get my Fast and the Furious car and cut you off.
Oh, dude, was that? You son of a bitch.
It was me.
You bastard.
Well, I'll tell you this much, man. Everybody, when they, like, I don't know what's going through somebody's mind. Like, I was never a fast driver, but I was never, but I would get, like, bad road rage. To answer your question from before, I am way better. But when I was in my 20s, I would like punch the roof of my car. I would like freak out. I'm not like that anymore.
I could see that.
Yeah. But I've even gotten better with us when we go on road gigs. I hold my tongue.
Well, and sometimes you immediately are like, sorry, man. Sorry. I get it. I just, that fucking guy,
Yeah. I've only seen you get agitated once, but it was rightfully so. We were coming back from Soul Joel's, and we were caught in about 2 hours of traffic for the bridge, and you were getting like antsy in your pantsy. That's what I call it. I call it antsy in your pantsy.
Antsy in your pantsy.
Antsy in your pantsy.
No, I was fighting an internal struggle to not just fucking park and get out and kill myself.
But I felt it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt the struggle, and I commiserated with you, and then I tried to make it better, but there's really no way. It's like you're drowning. It's like when you're in traffic like that, it's like it's hopeless.
You know what I'm nervous about?
What?
Is I haven't blown up in a while. Like a full on fucking freak out.
Yeah.
And I used to do it when I was like younger.
Yeah.
And I push down a lot of shit, and I know that it's gonna come out at the time where like I'm in line at a bodega and I fucking snap on a guy who's smaller than me, but it turns out that he's like a highly trained mixed martial artist, and he just beats me up and down Othello Deli. You know what I mean?
I always think back. That's why I don't mess with anybody in public anymore. Not that I ever really hardcore mess with people, but like I do the sarcastic laugh now. I'll do like the
What's yours?
I think I go I think I go.
That's not it. I've never heard you do it again.
I mean, in public, like on train stuff. Like, one of the big ones is people who come on won't let you get off the train when the stop comes up.
Yeah.
And then the doors open and people just start piling in, even though it's like full on. It's not just one person. They don't see it. It's like 6 people getting on the train.
Yeah.
They just don't give a fuck and they come through. I'll just go. I go. I might do a. Like a.
Oh,
yeah.
It's good.
I can't remember how I do it. I think I go. That's what I do. That's exactly it. I go, hoping they turn around. Like I want them to turn around.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you know what my sarcastic laugh is?
What? But I've never seen you do. Oh, you do that, but you'll do it as like a joke. I've done it where I'm like, this is a dam between me, a beaver dam, for me not freaking the fuck out and punching somebody in the head. So I'm like, if I laugh like that, it like releases whatever energy I would have gone to me being like, what the fuck?
What way would you know how like when a dog's pissed, its tail doesn't wag? It's like tail gets tight under its ass.
Oh, that's
or like when a cat's
when
mad.
It's happy, it wags. I don't think it means it's pissed. I think it means it's just not wagging.
When cats are like ready to get feisty, their tails wag.
Really?
Cats are the reverse. So what's your
That's why
tail?
they're evil.
What's your tail?
Why my
my
penis wags. It's weird. It's really really upset. All the blood rushes to my penis.
But what if you're wearing jeans? I can't tell if you're mad.
Oh, you'll see it. I'll just start shaking.
Soft? It does it soft?
It's so soft. Yeah, can't tell. Irish penis.
Why does that make me laugh?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, fucking Donnelly's pissed. Why? He's wearing gym shorts. I can see his wiener wagging. He's a wiener wag.
A tell? Oh, I can't do it right now. When it's on the spot, I can't do it, but I'll do a mouth thing. I'll do like not this. It'll be like inside my mouth, but I don't know if you can tell I'm doing it.
My mouth
will get tight. Yeah,
I've seen it before.
It'll be this, like I can't even think of what it is right now, but I know what it when I'm getting, and I'll grit my teeth. Like I'll grit my fucking teeth in public.
I have it a little bit.
And I stretch my finger. I go like this with my hands.
I have a mouth thing too.
What's yours?
It's like kind of like a light gape.
Why'd you have to say gape?
Like my mouth is lightly gaping.
A gape? A gape. Lightly a gape.
It's gaping.
No, gape. No, don't say it like that. You know.
It's gape. Like my mouth gets prolapsed.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on. That's so freaking gross.
That's how you know I'm mad. My dick doesn't wag, but I get a prolapsed ass.
Can't see that either.
You can't, depending on the shorts I'm wearing.
We're not. I can't. I'm gonna gag if we talk about it.
Stop! It makes me laugh.
What do you mean? Let me see your the mouth thing that you.
I just kind of do. It's very subtle. But if I'm like really pissed, it's like I'm just quiet and I'm like.
It's like an acting class. Oh, like that?
Yeah.
The thing.
It's like my teeth are like my lip curls back a little bit.
And then that's. See, I can see that. Yeah, like that far back, I could see it being a thing. 100%. Yeah, dude. I hold back a lot of shit.
And I don't talk a lot. Like I'm very. Irritable.
Oh, this is what it is. I just did it. I'm not because I'm mad, but it'll be a longer version of this.
Like that.
Like that.
Like you're trying to like you're trying to bite your mustache.
Yeah, like I'm trying to eat all the hairs off my face. Yeah, exactly. But I'm way better than I'm going to therapy for a while. I'm still irritable at times, but I'm not even close to what I was when I was in my 20s. I think I was just I don't know. I don't even know what it was. I was just angry. I was not all the time, but when I would get angry, I get really angry. But I'll be honest, never in relationships. Like recently, me and Megan had an argument, and it was the first time ever in my life that I really got loud. And
yeah.
And then she was like, I've never seen you like that. And I'm like, and it's a whole big build up, and it's a long story, but that was the first time afterwards I was like, holy shit, I've never gotten that mad before.
Yeah.
So I've gotten that mad, just not when arguing with a lady friend.
Oh, I have. Not recent, but in my younger days.
Yeah.
I was like a throw my phone
type
of guy.
I was never like that. I think also when I was married, we didn't really. That's the thing. You have to be in like a thing where you get into those arguments. And when I was married, we wouldn't talk about stuff enough. Where and it's completely my fault. I would just not say shit.
Now
and let it build up, and that's probably why I also got mad.
You probably should have snapped a couple times, but now I just let my fists do the talking. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What do you mean?
I don't know, dude. I went to.
You mean like this? I don't want to date you anymore. Hey, you're suffocating me.
I'm mad. I'm pissed off at you.
I'll let my fist.
You steal the blankets.
That'd be really funny, guys. Like, you don't want. It's gonna start. My fists are gonna do the
Hey,
talking.
sweetheart, I don't yell, but my fists are gonna do the talking.
I'd like to break up with you.
Yeah.
Stop yelling at me about leaving the toilet seat up.
Just doing hand puppets.
Oh my god. Okay. We got to get to my. I have a couple of videos for you for dude you like.
You have
this.
some dude you'd like this.
Do you have a quick jerk this week or no?
I don't have a quick
That's
jerk.
quite
this
alright.
week.
We did a lot in a row.
I was just gonna jack you off. Long jerk.
A couple of them. One of them is just. It's for a couple different reasons. I'm going to show you these two videos.
Okay. This is exciting. This is a segment we like to call "Dude, You'd Like This."
Dude, you'd like this. You ready for the first one?
Yeah, but why is your camera? That's not it.
This is it.
Oh, that dude got GERD. That pig has fucking GERD. I bet all pigs have GERD.
I think that's adorable, but also more so, what is going on in that? Is that just a farm where they're all hanging out, or is somebody just? You know how they have like Instagram influencer houses?
Yeah.
Is that just like an animal Instagram influencer house where they get all these cute animals in one little in the pen, and then they let them kind of act adorable together?
That was the set of the Babe reboot.
Good pig. What does he call it?
Babe Returns.
Babe in Toyland.
Or Babe Judgment Day.
So I thought that was really cute.
That was really cute.
What do you? Let me ask you this. I have a question about this. We can get into a discussion. Will you share videos like that ever in your life?
Like
do
cutesy
you feel
ones?
a little too lame to do that? Because I share dog postings from dog rescues. I share.
But do you share that with your girlfriend?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
You ain't gonna send your bro a
will
fucking pig snoring.
Will you share one with your girlfriend like that? Yeah. You will. Okay.
Nothing that lame. Like that's like soft shit.
Well, what cute ones are hard? What are you thinking? Like, what was it?
Like,
a pig in a leather jacket. The same video, but the pig's in a leather jacket and sunglasses. And he's doing the Dice Clay smoking thing. What videos with animals aren't soft shit? He's like, oh, it's what are you, Joe Rogan?
No, bear attacks. I watched bear attacks.
It's just Joe Rogan commenting on lions.
How cute's this bear ripping apart this fucking family? No, I like that the pig. That's the real pig snoring.
It's I think it is the real pig snoring.
So pigs really snore, like all of them. I bet.
So do bulldogs. When I was married, my wife couldn't tell if it was me or the bulldog snoring, which is that's a new level of GERD.
Yeah. Why? Here's the weird thing about pigs, is I bet it sounds like they all have GERD, and they are probably kind of the reason for my GERD. I eat a lot of bacon and I eat a lot of pork.
I was thinking that when I was watching it, I go, yeah, then they realize you're right. They're walking GERD, but they're also a giant reason why most people have GERD.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because they're fatty foods.
They're cute. Pigs are cute. It's fucked up how good they taste.
And also when you hear, man, the amount of times I'm basically like, I'm a man of I have no morals.
Okay, that sounds
no
good.
morals.
That sounds about right.
No. I do, but I'm like, the amount of times I would love to go. I don't have the balls to go vegetarian. I would love to go vegetarian. Or at least for part of my life, because honestly, how many times you're going to hear that pigs? First off, they're adorable, like you said,
cute.
and they have their own personalities. Like they have very, very. The more we're learning about living things, the more I want to be like vegetarian. I just don't have the health wherewithal. I could get to that point.
Would you ever read Animal Farm? Those
Well,
pigs are fucking. Those were real smart ones. They were talking
Well,
about.
they're a
were
analogy
talking.
for the proletariat, and then it's also a novel. So anybody in a novel has a personality, and it's also made up. Somebody just wrote it.
But it's fiction.
I don't know if you can hear. I guess they're building a new Freedom Tower next to my fucking apartment. This is every day. Every day.
It's blue collar, dude. These guys are just trying to work for a living, Sean. I'm not gonna make a big deal about some guys earning $1. Animal Farm is in fact fiction.
Yes, right.
work of fiction.
Even more to my point. If it was non,
It's a work of fiction. Fiction's.
nope. You got
Okay.
that?
I always mix those two up. So that's the thing.
Fiction is made up, dude.
Fiction's fake. That's how I remember it. Fiction fake. FF. Non-fiction, non-fake, real. Okay, I got it. I'm back. I'm back.
Non-fiction, non-fake, real. That's a long way to go from just remembering the definition of the word fiction.
I have more books than you still. So I don't know why we're doing that.
You had that locked and loaded.
And mine aren't categorized between fiction and non-fiction. You know what the funny thing is?
What?
You're laughing, but your penis is wagging. So I think you were actually mad at me.
There's rage beneath the surface.
That I had. But you know what though? Here's a little question to ponder.
Yeah.
So you're not a gay man,
I'm not, no.
but you can say objectively Ryan Gosling is very handsome and very nice to look at.
100%.
Very good looking,
Yes.
great body.
Yeah. That's just objective.
So pigs are really cute. Do you think Ryan Gosling would taste good because he looks good? Because he's cute? Do you think better looking people?
It's just, I did not see this going
It's
this way.
I know it's a cannibalism question, and I don't want to go too far with this. But do you think, if we get to the apocalypse, which feels like it's coming sometime?
No, because it's species.
Do
and
you
all
think
humans
better
taste the same?
all
humans would taste the same.
That was getting to my next question.
Because it's like, yeah, but also like what's a non-cute animal that would not taste good?
Skunk. Oh, skunks are cute.
Skunks are kind of cute, but not in person, only on cartoons.
Well, cows are not cute.
What? This is a weird conversation. Cows aren't cute, but there's parts of the cow that's not as edible. It's a big animal.
Yeah.
So I guess humans would be the same way. Like if you had you have pork belly, right? Human belly with that.
Not if you've seen what I put in my belly.
You'd be grass. You wouldn't be grass fed.
No, dude.
I'd be the longest thing. I'd be Skittles fed. If you went to a human restaurant and you had Sean Donnelly, they'd be like, "We have Skittles fed Sean Donnelly."
I'd be fast food. They'd be like, "We're not even sure this is real meat."
We think it's giraffe meat.
That is a fun conversation.
It is. I
About
like it.
cannibalism. Do you think uglier people would taste worse than better looking people?
No,
you think
I
it's all
don't.
the same?
Because I think all pigs taste the same. I'm just saying we just can. Not all pigs are cute.
That's not true. All pigs taste the same.
What are you talking about?
Well, like there's some that are like never mind. Well, yes, no, because some ways that like certain animals are raised.
That's different though.
People
You
are raised.
probably have ones that are raised properly that aren't as cute as that pig that we just saw.
I bet poor people don't taste good.
Is that what you were trying to get to the whole time?
No, it just came to me because I figured that they're raised in worse conditions. Myself being a poor person, I can say that. I was raised in bad conditions, so I put a lot of bad things in my body, and it's not like a well-oiled machine. I don't think you'd want to eat me.
You're probably right. If it's based on what you eat, then yeah, you're probably right. Like if you eat crap, you would taste like crap.
So, brand new Jerks listeners, you've heard it here first. If the apocalypse does hit and we do get to a point where we have to eat each other, we get to some, what is that, Lord of the Flies type stuff? What that's about? I don't know. I didn't read the book. I don't normally read nonfiction.
I don't think they have cannibalism in Lord of the Flies.
It's really. We'd have to look it
Also,
up.
Lord of the Flies is fiction.
But if you
You did it again.
if you start,
I don't usually read nonfiction. It's fiction.
oh really? Then maybe I'll give it a shot. But it's eating it. If you're gonna decide to eat people, what I'm saying is eat the rich.
I like that. You get a like a real punk rock with that one. Eat the
Yeah.
Rich. That's a saying.
That's gonna be the name of my first song. Is that a song? For my new
It
band?
might be like a Dead Kennedys thing or something. Yeah, like a punk rock song. Eat the Rich. Or
Eat
like
the Rich.
It was definitely like a. It was from something.
When it happens, I'll eat the rich. That's how it's gonna be.
That was
I'm gonna
good.
be a British
I like that.
punk rocker.
Ray, can I show you my second video? And you're gonna get
Oh.
a little bit frustrated, probably.
Am I gonna be p-worded?
What's P? Word?
I'm not saying it grosses you out when I say it.
What? Oh.
Something that can happen to a butt.
Oh.
Something that happens when I get angry.
It's the grossest thing ever. Hold on.
Why are
Let's
these all
find
just?
out.
Why are these all just high quality photos of the Dust Bowl?
Of the what?
The Dust Bowl.
Oh, that's not the Dust Bowl. That's. You mean
Oh.
that? It's from videos that I put online. But hold on, I gotta show you. Shoot! Talk.
Oh,
Vamp.
it's
vamp.
a video. I'm just looking at
Vamp.
your videos. It's
Here,
you
ready?
shaving your pubic hairs.
Here we go. Ready? Oh shoot! Hold on.
Do you think you're going to see it in your lifetime?
Bigfoot or aliens?
Aliens.
There's some things that are impossible to ignore. The best example is this guy, Commander David Fravor, who was off
your
the
boy.
coast of San Diego in 2004. And this is corroborated by multiple points of data. They had this this tracking system that tracks things above Earth's atmosphere, and they found this thing went from above 60,000 feet above sea level to 50 feet above sea level
That's
in
it?
less than a second. They have no idea
That's
how
what I'm
it's doing
wondering.
this.
If that's a real
They
video,
have
it might
no
be
idea.
CGI'd. I don't
There's
know.
no
I've never
method
seen
of
that video.
propulsion
In
that's
all,
visible. They followed this thing.
my
They locked
research.
onto it. It blocked their radar. It
that's a
blocked
real
their
video. That's
tracking
one of the.
system.
That's one of the videos that came out.
And then it jetted off at an impossible rate of speed. And then the Nimitz relocated this thing at their cat point. The cat point is where the fighter pilots, when they're doing this test, they're doing this exercise, they were supposed to meet at this very specific point. And that's where this thing had gone. Like this thing had read their manifest and knew, like, or read their plans and knew where they were going.
Jesus.
That is way more compelling to me than Bigfoot. The Bigfoot thing is just fun, but the alien thing is fun and likely.
So first off, your thoughts on the video, because we don't talk aliens a lot on this podcast.
We don't talk which I don't mind talking aliens.
I know.
I
well,
think
you get
aliens.
annoyed at
I
me
think
sometimes.
aliens are cool. I do think aliens are cool, but that is wild and scary and annoying that we're not asking more questions about it. Like that it's not more mainstream, or that it's not like, let's fucking release some info, dude. Let's learn more about it. Like it seems like we're, I don't know. I sometimes don't see the point of keeping this so tight-lipped.
Well, that's the point a lot of these guys are making now, and that's why you're at such a crucial point with it, with the congressional hearing. And some people that in the world of UFOs chalk it up to like, hey, this happens once every 20 years, and you get some kind of new info, and then but it's all bullshit and whatever it is. But never before has there been a hearing in front of Congress regarding this topic with witnesses as solid as these witnesses are.
Now they were being. I didn't watch it. I know you watched it.
I watched the whole thing. Yeah,
But they were people from Congress were asking questions, correct? Like kind of
Yes.
how they would do.
Yeah.
Were a lot of them skeptical?
there was a few of them that seemed pretty skeptical, and then some of them that seemed like they were like, I think healthily skeptical, where they were like asking questions and being like, well, where can we see this part of this? And then a lot of the time, this guy Grush that came out, who is the one kind of the big whistleblower, he was like, I can show you that in the private skiff, which is like a completely secure meeting, a meeting room with no surveillance and no nothing. So he's like, and I provided this info to the inspector general or to my superiors at the time when I was with the military. So it's like, in public, there was some things that came up that was very that people already knew about for years.
Yeah.
But the audience that saw it this time on the hearing, and then NASA recently, which I didn't have a clip about that, but NASA had their own report that came out, and NASA said that it's interesting, we need further investigation, but we have no evidence that it's from somewhere else. Now, you can read, a lot of times these entities will make statements that you can read into. So it's like, when they say, hey, we can't pin it down as extraterrestrial, they're literally saying that. They're not saying that, hey, there's something fucking up with this. And then on top of it, NASA did not include classified information in their investigation,
crazy.
which is batshit. But they're like, hey, we want to be transparent. We want to tell you all the things we know. but we didn't go for classified info. We didn't go chase that down. Which why not? Because they have how much surveillance footage do they have of like satellite? How much satellite footage do they have? Anyway, so the whole idea is this: when it comes to the government answers to these questions, a lot of it is perfectly worded to go like, well, they're not giving you more information than they have to. It's not. We know it. We have no evidence to suggest it's definitely extraterrestrial, which means that it has to be beyond 1,000% extraterrestrial. So that's why it's interesting. Those things are interesting. Like that guy Fravor to me is one of the most compelling things around. But I wanted to ask
and
you,
he doesn't seem like a kook. He
not
seems
even a
pretty
little
legit.
bit.
Okay.
No, he seems like a regular dude that had an anecdote that he would tell people at bars, and then he retired, and somebody's like, "You got to tell people that story," and it blew up, and he was part of like the whole 2017 like kind of a big basket of information about this stuff that made people like me be like, "Holy shit, this seems pretty legit." The thing that everybody jokes around about the UFO thing with me, but I'm like, if it really got down to it, I'm like half a skeptic. There's a lot to it that I go, that seems like bullshit. That seems like bullshit.
That's what I was going to ask
you. Like Stephen Greer is a guy. I'm like, he seems like bullshit. He might have some true elements about him, but he's a fucking grifter. The guy's a snake oil salesman.
So you had a question for me, and then I have two questions for you.
The question from the video: do you think we'll see aliens in your lifetime? And granted, you are 12 years younger than me, so
do I think
two different things?
Do I think I will personally see an alien?
Meaning, do you think that evidence, like beyond refutable evidence, will surface of aliens?
I believe they exist. I don't think I will see evidence that it's proved as an absolute certainty.
I think you're right.
I believe they exist.
I think also, I don't think part of it's not because it won't be out there. I think part of it is because of how information is disseminated now. You're never not. You could have them on somebody's front lawn, and they're still going to be like, it's a hologram that somebody set up. It's always going to. The skeptic factor is through the roof because of the internet. So like the same way that when people see a picture of they have a great meme where it says like, it's the top part is like a blurry picture of UFO, and they go, oh, too blurry, and the bottom parts are completely crystal clear one. They're like, oh, nice CGI. So I think that's a really good way to put the argument where it's like, going forward, you could have news footage on CNN of this thing landing on the White House lawn, and you're going to have at least 30% of the country go, it's CNN. They fucking lie to us.
True.
And on top of it, nice CGI.
I'm surprised they haven't done that already.
Disinformation, right?
I'm surprised there's fucking liars over at CNN haven't lied already. Corrupt news network. That's what I call them.
No, that's right. You do call it that.
Fake news.
And then when you do your mouth thing when you talk about CNN.
So wait, here are my two questions for you.
Yeah.
One, do you think? Obviously, I know you believe that there is alien life, right?
I do, but I don't. I believe that. So yes, but I don't. It doesn't necessarily have to be extraterrestrial.
Do you think they're hostile?
No, I don't. Because I think if you're willing to believe a lot of the believable aspects of this topic, right? Like somebody who went into it not that long ago and always kind of like, I'm like, oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But from just based off that New York Times article and things I've seen, meaning like, as far as I read a book about it and then things I've watched that I'm like, all right, that seems like bullshit. This seems for real, whatever it is, right? I'm not across the board. Like I believe all of it.
Okay.
But what was your question again? You said, do you think what?
My question was, do you think they're hostile?
No, I don't
you
think
said
they're hostile.
No.
Because if you're willing to believe even a 10% of the information of interactions with aliens, none of it's a very, very small part of it's been hostile. There's a couple of cases where people have gotten their there's a couple of military stories. I have a book by this woman Leslie Kane, who's one of the authors of this New York Times article from 2017, which is like blew the thing wide open, like I said. And there's a couple different stories in the book where nobody gets fired upon, but where so one of them was an Iraqi pilot, and I think it was back in 2000s or like 90s. They saw this object. He was ordered to go chase this thing down. They thought it was like some other country's tech. He chased it as far as he could, and the thing full on shut down the instruments in his plane. right? Meaning like it
Yeah.
did something to his instrumentation that he couldn't. His weapons wouldn't work. His comms wouldn't work. So yeah, it didn't fire at him, but it
Rendered him
it
useless.
rendered him useless.
Yeah.
So that happened. The if you're willing to believe these stories, that's a common occurrence with this stuff. But the amount of times it's never them coming with. It's not Independence Day. It's not Mars Attacks. It's never that. And if they've been around for as long as some of these UFO people think they have, they would have just taken us. It would have just been they come down and they just destroy the planet and take it over, like they do in movies.
Well,
It's been thousands of years.
Then that's the other thing that I was going to ask you. Based off of your, you led me right into it.
Okay, great.
My second question.
Oh, great.
That's how we're simpatico. But out of all the movies that have been made about extraterrestrials, including one called E.T. Extraterrestrial,
Yeah.
which one do you think is most likely, or like most like what they would be as aliens, as alien life?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I never saw that.
I've only seen it like half of it once in my life, but I know that the interactions they say I've heard multiple times that that's the one that's the most realistic of what it would be.
What it would be.
Yeah.
What do you think's the least realistic?
Independence Day.
When Mars attacks.
When Mars. Yeah,
That one
Mars
would be
attacks.
tough.
It's just the annoying. That's the aliens from Mars Attacks. But yeah, like it's one of these things. I really do believe like if they were gonna be that way, they could have done that 1,000 times over. So it's like everyone's like, oh, they're building towards something. I don't think that's the case. That's why the idea that they're always just here. So one of the ideas is that they've been here for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And they're just living simultaneously with us, or like in parts of the globe. And they're just not. It's a big planet, and a lot of it's water based, and they have all these instances of water being involved in these sightings. It's like these things could be living in the ocean, and you wouldn't know it because
And they could be like, we assume that they would just be like green things that walk and talk like us, but they could just be a certain type of fucking whale or something that's here. Is that what you're saying? Like
not even whale, just a certain type of life form that's already on the planet. Yeah, exactly. So and also the other theory is that it's interdimensional, meaning that's why you're seeing them come over, and then it's like you're seeing a split second because, it's breaking through because of the amount of energy it has, and it's going right back to its dimension. Because the law about that is that there's dimensions going on around us all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So and then the other side, which they talked about one of the other theories they talked about in the congressional hearing that I never heard of was the holographic principle, which is that when you're seeing these objects, it's like when you're next to a wall and you're putting a shadow on a wall, like straight up, right? It's basically in the layman's terms, it makes me understand, is that it's like an interdimensional. These are just shadows of objects from another dimension.
Oh, wow.
So some of the ones, not all of them, because some of them have beings involved and there's craft involved, and if you believe the witness, David Grush, that
David Koresh?
No, David Grush.
Oh.
Yeah, Dan Grush? No, David Grush. And if you believe him,
because I believe everything
our government
David
has.
Koresh said.
Oh, that's right. You were part of that whole thing. Yeah. But if you believe what he's said, Grush, he full on says that our government has had a program that's superseded our laws, that has been has recovered multiple versions of this technology over the years.
So do you think that there are I just have two more questions, and then we can even wrap up the episode. We're getting to that point. One's about aliens and the other's not about aliens.
Okay.
Which would you like first?
Aliens, so we can wrap up the discussion.
So then do you think that there's actually been like a body found here?
At this point, I'm with the point where I think, yes, I do.
Like we found like something in a spacecraft.
Yes.
And we've been examining it.
Well, dude, here's the thing. I watched a couple of these documentaries. A lot of them I'm like, this seems like bullshit. There's a guy, James Fox, who's like, to me, seems like one of the most believable people in this world. He did a thing called The Phenomenon, which I think you watched.
No, you told me to watch it.
Yeah.
But I ended up watching the John Travolta movie Phenomenon by accident. And let me tell you, holds up.
Also, John Travolta being an alien, Scientology, not that far off.
No.
Same kind of deal. So this guy, Fox, he seems pretty on the level to me. even if what he's being told is bullshit, he's like chasing it down in a pretty objective way. It seems like he's just kind of presenting the information, and he has a new one about like Brazil's version of Roswell, where beings were recovered, and like he interviews a slew of people that were around. It was like 95, 96, and if just a portion of that is true, and this one case about this, there's a military police or military guy in Brazil who was like, I guess his orders were go around and look for whatever these beings they got out of the thing crashed, and these things were just in the town, and there's multiple witnesses of these things in the 90s. He interviews the witnesses, and my thing is motive. I always look at the like you're always like, hey, are they just is one big hoax? This town is just one big hoax, and they decided to fuck with the gringos and like fuck or the world being like, hey, yeah, it landed and we had aliens, whatever it is. And you watch these people and you're like, they're not a bunch of performers. They're like, and then I turned around and it was the alien. They're all like still shy. They're all in their 40s at this point.
Yeah, they're not like TikTokers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that to me seems like, that adds to the truth of it to me. I'm like, this seems like somebody who just ran into a situation and is being interviewed about it, and is not somebody who wants to be in the public eye. And like, yeah, you did the interview, but there's no cash being made. Like,
yeah.
He's not paying
They have
them.
no motive to lie.
Exactly. So the other one was, one of the stories from this movie was, a guy from the military found one of these beings, picked it up, put it in his truck or his car, brought it to the hospital. Something happened from the alien body that caused an infection in this guy. He was dead a week later.
Holy shit.
And they interview his sister. It's very compelling. But if that thing's true, I can't get my head. That's where I become a skeptic. The whole idea of that Moment of Contact documentary that James Fox did, the idea of it, I'm like, if that's true, this is fucking bonkers.
Well,
if any of it's true.
I told you about the guy that I grew up down the street from.
Yes, that had
that
all
was
his windows taped up with. What did he say again?
He was from Kecksburg.
He did the Kecksburg one, right?
And he claims that he came in close contact with the
object,
with the object, and that shortly after he was diagnosed with cancer from the severe radiation of said object.
See, so I saw a thing recently online that they said they figured out what Kecksburg was, and it was something off of a nuclear
Russian
device.
Yeah, that's what they say. So that could very well be true and prove that it was nuclear. But he is certain that it's alien. But he's crazy, and he's probably dead. But the
happy ending. What's the second question?
The second question I have is probably in replacement of our quick jerk question that I have, because I was thinking about like interdimensional stuff, or like, and then it started making me think of time travel stuff.
Yeah.
So Sean Donnelly from the year 2034 warps into this room right now, and I'm giving you no time to prepare. And he says, Sean, he goes, Sean, it's me, Sean Donnelly from 2034.
Why do I? That's not how I sound.
I'm spitballing here. I'll let you ask me 3 questions about the future.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to ask me?
Question number 1. Why do I talk like that? It seems offensive in this story. It seems really, really unnecessary. Second question, is there a World War III? And third question, do I ever end up getting another dog? And what do I name him?
4 questions.
What?
That's 4 questions.
I know it's 4 questions, but all right. But that's a follow-up.
Wait, do you want me to answer these? I can't answer these as
But
gay.
you're me from...
As gay Sean from 2034.
How about, can I ask the same question to you? Raymundo from... And he comes in.
Yeah.
And he goes...
Hey, what's up, motherfucker?
Well, no, you're trans.
Oh. Hey.
What are the 3 questions you ask Ray?
What are the 3? I haven't thought about this yet.
You did the same thing. You did the same thing to me.
Question number 1: how many Super Bowls do the Steelers win in that 10 years?
Let me tell you that. 0.
It's probably 10. Am I famous?
Well, that's a good question.
And
he's like, there is no more famous.
oh wow. And that's crazy. And well, I guess I would know the answer. I was gonna say, am I still fat? and then I'd probably see his fatter ass, and I'd be like, ugh. That's gonna be my question. Why didn't you exercise? Why didn't you exercise in the last 10 years?
Have you eaten a salad in 10 years, you son of a bitch? I'd be the
Yeah.
same way. I'd be like, I look like that? The fuck, man? All right, we got to wrap this bad boy up. You ready? Also, guys, please come see us so we can make some cash.
Yes.
If you listen to the podcast and you're in the Pennsylvania area, come to Phantom Power.
Millersville, Pennsylvania, baby.
Sunday, what was it, 24th, right?
Yes, Sunday the 24th. Sunday. That's how you promote a Sunday show.
It's going to be me, Ray, and a very funny comic, Danny DePriel, I think that's how you say his name.
I think so.
And it's going to be a show at Phantom Power. The guys, they're great. They've been promoting the hell out of it. We hope to have a great turnout. If not, it's your fault for not showing up. So make sure you get in the car.
It's all on you,
and
dude.
head over to Phantom Power.
Be the change you want to see in the world and come to that show. And literally 100% of the proceeds go to the Gerd Foundation of Ray and Sean.
But it goes to it's prolonged Gerd. It's like it goes to a grilled cheese that I'm gonna have at 12 at midnight.
It goes to get rid of us quicker. But you could find me on all social media. I'm at Ray Zawodni. There I'll be posting stuff about dates and podcast clips and stand-up clips, and you could listen to the Brand New Jerks or watch us live, watch the full live recorded video of the podcast that we do here on YouTube. So just subscribe to Brand New Jerks there, and check out Brand New Jerks on Apple Pods and Spotify, and we're on some of those other ones. Stitcher doesn't even fucking exist anymore.
It's gone?
Stitcher's been fucking held down and fucked into submission.
Jeez, that's so hard.
And Sean, where can people find you?
At Shawnee Time, SeanDonnellyComedy.com. But I put my dates all over my Instagram, and come see me. I'll be then. I have to go to upstate or whatever it is. And then I'll be in Montreal soon. I have a bunch of dates in October.
Ooh.
We'll be in October. We're going to be also in Pennsylvania, Wisecrackers together. So yes, please, hit me up. Is it not you?
I was doing a
Like
fuck yeah, like
I thought
punk
you were
rock,
saying
dude.
no, I'm not going.
No, I was doing the beginning of the video for Eat the Rich.
Oh, I like it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Guys, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. But dead fish.
Goodbye.
Dead fish.